Government approves £50 million experiment to dim the sun. Some scientists have called plans barking mad, of course. Jess Patterson reports, just when we're finally out of the dark days of winter, enjoying it is still being daylight after work, there's set to be an experiment to essentially dim the sun. Yes, the UK government has approved a £50 million experiment to see if there's a way of turning down the dial on the big old fireball in our sky. And this is the UK that's decided this. What about the rest of the world, which will be affected, of course? So, okay, they're not exactly trying to rig a dimmer switch to create a bit of ambient lighting, but scientists do want to explore the potential of bouncing away sunlight in a bid to combat global warming. The environmental research is said to be given the go-ahead within weeks, as a whopping amount of money is likely to be splashed on launching these outdoor geoengineering experiments and analysis. And according to the UK government agency backing the plan, Advanced Research and Invention Agency, ARIA for short, the experiment will be small scale and rigorously assessed. Once conducted, they will apparently provide critical data needed to assess the potential of the technology. This technique sets to be explored, including spraying aerosolized particles high into the stratosphere, consequently deflecting a small bit of the sun's energy away from our planet. Some early studies have suggested that doing this would be a relatively cheap way of cooling down the Earth. Seawater sprays could even be used to make clouds brighter and deflect solar radiation. By reducing the surface temperature and harm caused by the climate crisis, there could be more time allowed for the deep cuts needed in global carbon emission, according to The Guardian. However, not everyone is supporting this use of geoengineering, with experts warning that solar radiation management, SRM, could inflict serious unintended consequences, likely a potentially catastrophic disruption of weather patterns. Leading an ARIA program, Professor Mark Symes said the research could include small, controlled outdoor experiments on particular approaches. The uncomfortable truth is that our current warming trajectory makes a number of such tipping points distinctly possible over the next century, he said. And this has driven increased interest in approaches that might actively cool the world in a short time frame in order to avoid those tipping points. Having spoken to hundreds of researchers, we reached the conclusion that a critical missing part of our understanding was real-world physical data. These would show us whether any of these potential approaches would actually work and what their effects might be, of course. Modeling and indoor studies are essential as prerequisites, but can only tell us so much. He added that no toxic substances could be released, that local communities would be consulted, and that environmental impact assessment would be published beforehand. But there is criticism, and the proposals are controversial. Some senior scientists even called the SRM barking mad. And this is by Jess Patterson on Lad Bible. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.